Welcome back. Today we'll be finally starting the Grand Battle of Chancellorsville. We've got 3 corps available to us, and in fact we get 24 brigades per. So we've filled up with a standard mix of combined divisions, some good solid standalone brigade infantry, lots of artillery, and the usual array of auxiliaries. Our 1st and 2nd brigades, excuse me, 1st and 2nd corps, and 3rd corps is, admittedly, we're starting to run out of troops that we actually want to field at this point, so we've started recruiting some more sort of basic, some more rookie artillery and skirmishers just to start filling slots. These guys should not get actually used very much. 1st corps and 2nd corps will do pretty much the heavy lifting. We're just starting to edge into needing to move guys around for 4th Corps, but there's nothing here. And 5th Corps, we've got a couple of artillery that we've retired after the last battle. I think this guy was just involved. Yep. And these guys also finally get retired. Out of the rep shop, I bought the Parrots and the 1861s. Those have been dispersed to all of the better regiments. The guys who get retired, I downgrade them to 1855s, just temporarily. And the career point, I've started going into training. Now, if we look at the past result, there it is, Siege of Suffolk. We inflicted about 15,000. It was a pretty good result. We look at the report, they only got 3,500, however, they finally get another armory hit instead, armory boost I should say, so another couple percent, something to keep an eye on. Right, after the Battle of Fredericksburg, the Army of Northern Virginia was still a formidable force to reckon with. Our armies were not able to advance further due to harsh winter conditions and constant skirmishes. We are still getting repulsed behind the Rappahannock River. We've attempted to cross the Rappahannock River and engaged the Confederate Army of Northern Virginia once again with a more sophisticated plan. General Sedgwick's corps is keeping the rebels busy at Fredericksburg, while our forces have initiated a wide flanking maneuver to attack Lee's army from the west. On the morning of April 27, 1863, we began crossing the Rappahannock River several miles west from Fredericksburg. Almost unopposed, our detached corps will meet at Chancellorsville on April 30th and advance towards Lee's army. So historically, Chancellorsville was another crushing Union defeat. Well, a very long string of those. When this is happening is they run straight into much more Confederate troops. They're locally outnumbered. Sedgwick's corps does not manage to actually really keep enough guys busy at Fredericksburg also, and so they're late trying to do like a flank of their own. It's kind of a mess over there, and when they eventually do cross, they run into a blocking force and then eventually withdraw as well. So over here, they get outnumbered, they get pushed back, and they have some decent defensive lines around their central camp. However, they've got a floating flank free. What happens is, I think it's pretty Jackson's corps, I think, gets sent on a wide flank, rolls up their flank, and then eventually the Union's forced to withdraw, finally win. The Confederates manage to take one of these positions and get artillery flanking their entire lines with just good fire. I think it's on top of the hill or something that's represented around, somewhere around here-ish. And the Union has to withdraw. So this battle's a mess, although if memory serves, this was, I think Hooker had a concussion for this battle after getting hit by a shell or something nearby. I apologize, I don't remember the details on that exactly, but there are excuses, but this battle went very poorly for the Union, and we'll be trying to avoid that. Our forces have crossed the western fords of Rappahannock River and are now marching inside Confederate territory. Our vanguard is marching down U.S. Ford Road. Our main army is approaching from Eli's Ford Road. Eli's? Probably Eli's. The rear guard will arrive from Orange Turnpike. Our vanguard is expected to arrive today, 30th April, at Chancellorsville Road Junction. We've established our camp at Chancellor's Farm, and tomorrow, when more of our forces arrive, we will advance to meet Lee's army near Fredericksburg. Up to now, we have not met any serious opposition, probably because Lee's army is stretched out too thin. We've spotted enemy movements on the roads ahead of us, but we should be able to repel them easily. General, we are ready to advance. Your vanguard awaits your command. A few of our forces have already began marching via River Road. No sign of the enemy there. We must scout and hold the ridge that controls Orange Turnpike, which leads to the town of Fredericksburg. The road which leads to Fredericksburg, Orange Plank Road, must also be secured. It is advised to defend our camp until more troops arrive. Confederates might attack before we consolidate our forces. Okay, pause. Alright, so this is, we get about two and a half, actually. 2.5 divisions right off the bat to attack with. And the numbers look fairly even. So if you are inexperienced, you might say, hey, this is great. You can still attack with this. You push out, and then you should manage to easily push the Confederates back, and then you start going for the second VP. Well, what happens, especially if you play this from the Confederate side, is that they get a lot of reinforcements, like basically another corps worth, that starts coming in from here and starts streaming out towards these VPs. However, this is still an opportunity because the ground here is actually very good. Right here, you can defend with basically two big brigades, with some artillery behind them, and maybe like a couple of flanking forces here just to keep, these fences count as fortifications. A couple flanking forces here to keep these guys honest and prevent them from really taking these to shoot back. You can defend here, and in doing so, they're going to bottle up on this river if you get your spacing right, and they're going to bottle up right here, and you can basically shatter the entire corps on this first day if you do this right. So long as basically you don't overextend early, and then you just hold up here, get your artillery, you rotate in fresh brigades as you need to, and if you can do that, the rest of this battle is a joke, because on the next day, they're going to have their flanking force, and you're going to have retreated back to these positions. You might even still hold the VPs depending on how it went, but the corps that will be defending here, if you kill these guys thoroughly enough, is basically going to be a shell. So if you do this right, then you can come over here, take these VPs back, easily kill off, for real, all the forces that are left here, and then you set up a defensive line right along these trees. Okay, from here to here to here to here, and then a couple of these fortifications directly around the flag. Probably avoid this one because you're going to get a little too close to these trees, but these three at least. And that's all you need, because the flanking force takes a long time to arrive. They come from, if you're here, the flanking force comes from like over here. You've got plenty of time to kill these forces and then get in position, and then you can repel the forces that come from here, and they don't have much time in the day to attack. And then on the next day, you kill them, and the battle's basically over. Anyway, so what that means, our first attack is we're going to want a couple of big brigades coming through here, and then a couple flanking brigades coming through here as well. There's like one brigade here that we need to push out. We want to flank the fortifications that are here, and then we should be set. So I'll just get these set up by division. Okay. Okay, and then where's the rest of our first div? Okay, and then second div is right here. It's an observation point, like somewhere over there, so we'll just keep an eye on that with a detachment from these guys, because I don't need them for much. You're just going to keep them honest by just keeping an eye out here. Keep a couple skirmishers out here, in case for some reason they do really try to cross heavily. But you want to keep your forces concentrated here. Don't fall into that trap. And these guys can just sit on the flag as basically insurance. Actually, I take that back. There should be really no one here. So I'll in fact just I think I'm just gonna leave skirmishers here, because I'm gonna need these guys to fight probably. Okay, these guys go here. So we're gonna have 2 divisions here, and then some other brigades here, and I'll send 3rd division straight down here. So I don't have any of my cavalry, which is mildly annoying, but the sniper skirmishers are going to do just fine, because eventually they're going to start rolling artillery up. So we want to get these guys to sneak in behind and start taking shots at their artillery. And okay. And 3rd division is going to just come basically straight across through here. Yep, that should be good. I need to, there we go. Forgot to detach skirmishers to be able to just sit on the flag just in case. You can see that there's a variety of fortifications all the way down over there. So if you were actually doing a defense, you could keep these in mind if you really wanted to stretch all of your forces out. It's probably a better idea because you don't want to get constrained to being just in here. It's very hard to maneuver. Okay, so we're going to pause, make sure to move the general up. Swing these guys around, swing these guys down and through. Just want to get vision on whoever's out there. These guys need to keep on moving. maul these guys. So we're going to wait and let this guy advance a little further because we don't want to catch him in the trees strictly. Yeah. Okay. Need to get these guys out a little faster. Come on. You guys need to run. Lost one of my 2 stars already, which is a bit vexing. See that these guys are going to start coming in across, but we don't really care about them. Keep pushing these guys up. Send these guys across, because these guys are still taking their time. Want to at least threaten those infantry, or even those artillery. Pull these guys back. These guys are getting pretty badly messed up. Okay, pause. So we've got a little bit of time now to do some reorganization. So we're going to pull these guys back, shift these guys up. These guys back. Keep 2 brigades over here, just sort of, they can protect each other. And then 1 division ready to basically step in if these guys get pushed back. That should be good. Okay. So like I said, you just want to carefully... I want to catch them as they're in this gap right here. So I need to get these guys out and combine them back with them. Why do they still have vision here? They've got something that's giving them vision of these guys, so I need to pull them just ever so slightly back a little more. There we go. Don't take artillery shots for free. It's not recommended. So these guys, again, are just, they're denying out this to let them get the easy flank here. And also, like I said before, these count as fortifications. So what I have seen sometimes is the AI will like rush up to occupy these and then suddenly get cover. These guys will be like, oh hey, you know, I've got a flank shot now that you tried to do that. So. And this unit can also turn, and if they try to occupy these, so. So I admit there is a bit of a vulnerability that if for some reason they decide to just like zerg across here, they do have a flank opportunity. But they really shouldn't. There's just... I'm not going to say there's like no reason for them to, but there's very little reason for them to. Really? They didn't get the shot for that? Okay. I'm going to shift over slightly. And now we just wait. Because when that timer goes, they're gonna have forces coming in. I want to see if I can just try to get to that artillery. It's around here somewhere. They've got an observation point here. Nope. Nope. Run away. Yeah. mistakes were made. See, these guys are coming out. You just get vision as they clear the trees there, and they're gonna get murdered. Okay, so now their reinforcements are finally starting to make their way in. Oh, that's the artillery that I was trying to find earlier. So if I can kill off their general, that would be huge right now. All right, so that's probably good enough. We will. I think we'll call it there. Thanks for watching.